G'day everyone, Duckville here with another replay from the VroomVroomVroom tournament, which was hosted a little while ago up in Brisbane, I should say. And we're going to watch a Zerg versus Terran here today, starting at the top left-hand side of Ohana is our purple Zerg by the name of TAMinimat, who plays for TA. He's going to be up against a Terran opponent in the pink down at the bottom right-hand side. It is Quicksabre. So, as I've mentioned in the other VOD, that the first one that went up before this between Alpha and Forbes, of course, this was a local tournament just run up in if you know about Brisbane, it's up near Chermside, at the VroomVroomVroom offices, of course, where they were gracious enough to host the event there, give us some food, some snacks, some drinks, all that kind of stuff, give us the tournament there, and it was run really, really well, of course, giving some really good recognition to VroomVroomVroom for hosting, and it was a whole lot of fun. And of course, thank you to them for bringing me up to Brisbane to cast the event, which was just absolutely awesome. So yeah, of course, we'll have a look today at what's going to go on between these two guys. Quicksabre is just going what looks to be pretty standard for the moment, and for TAMinimat, of course, it looks as if he is going to go for a pretty quick expand, just waiting to see what the drones are going to do. He's being very vigilant with his scouting, of course, just poking around the bottom side of the base, making sure that there are no racks being built down there, and then he's going to use this Overlord to have a quick look across to the side as well. But you can bet the hatchery is going to go down in just a second, and there he goes. So, just going for a standard play at the moment. We got a Macarax down at the bottom side of Quicksabre's natural expand. In fact, just to the left-hand side, so he's going to go for a 2-racks play. No doubt we're going to see a bunker go up inside Minimat's natural, or presume the natural. I don't think you're going to get anything up inside the main that's going to be useful, but here he is. So he does have a drone just scouting around as seen. Perhaps he had a little check of the count of how many SCVs there were, not to mention no refinery as well. And he's just having a quick look around. There is a second scout here. There is a third as well, just being really, really, really careful with what's going on. I think he does know that there is something a little fishy going on, just because of, I would presume it's because of this SCV count. But the Marine gets out. He's going to stop this drone from getting away scot-free. And as we can see, one Marine done. The second is on the way. We've even got a couple more queued up as well. And 2 SCVs are going to head out on the map, so we're going to see that bunker go down very soon. TAMinimat's still trying to find out what's going on. So he knows that there's not going to be a crazy amount of Marines pouring into his base from anywhere near the natural expand, but of course, with the fact that he knows that something a little bit weird is going on, he will certainly be able to, well, hopefully defend as best as he can, because the spawning pool now done. We got some drones just transferring down to the natural expand, and the SCVs are on the way. In fact, they're just going to hang down here. In fact, maybe is he going to do a QXC bunker? I'm not sure, but a couple of extra SCVs now on the way. Of course, this is a slightly delayed bunker, so we'll have to see if Quicksabre is going to be able to get it down at all. He does get it. It's just in range of that of the hatchery here, but a couple of lings are already out. The drones now coming down to help defend as well, pulling extra drones because he knows this is a pretty big threat if this gets up. Not to mention the SCVs helping out with the defense of the Marines, and the Marines being micro back quite nicely, taking down quite a few of the drones, but the SCV that was on the bunker has been killed, and I don't know if this is going to get up. Quicksabre is trying to get what he can, but unfortunately he's lost 2, maybe even 3 of his Marines, and the SCV that was on the bunker has also been removed, so that is going to be the end of that. I don't think Quicksabre is going to keep that up too long, and he does cancel. So that aggression, unfortunately, just not working out for Quicksabre at all. He is going to need to get his, he's going to have to look at perhaps expanding or getting a couple of racks up in a bunker as well. He is going to head down to the natural. We can see that a command center has been placed there, but this frees up TAMinimat to really just drone up as much as he wants. He can, of course, get maybe even get a 3rd queen out and get some really good creep spread on the map, but what he really wants to do now is just power up that economy and get himself in an even better position that he already is right now, because as we can see, he's sitting on a very comfortable 22 drones to the 15 SCVs that Quicksabre has available. Of course, Quicksabre will have the double mule capacity once this second command center has finished and switches over to the orbital command, but until that point, he is going to be at a bit of a deficit compared to where TAMinimat is. So really nice job in the defense there, realizing that it was going to be a pretty hectic attack with those extra SCVs being brought along to the fight. And once the Queens were out, of course, that was effectively done, because the Queens now, with their extra range, are doing quite an interesting job in this particular matchup. Everyone's all on this big debate about whether it is just completely impossible for Terran or not, or whether new things need to be innovated for players. Of course, we have seen certain players doing some things with Ravens and nukes and all sorts of things like that. It is really good to see players really striving for innovation in their matchup when you're having difficulties. So I really like that. But Quicksabre, what is he going to innovate this time? Because, of course, as we said, he is a little bit behind right now, but TAMinimat has not taken his third base. He hasn't actually droned up too hard. He's up to 31 at the moment, with a few more on the way. The Overlord, unfortunately, just a little bit late here, but he is going to pop out and allow more construction. There we go. 2 extra drones are also coming through. The Creep Tumor slowly pushing out from the natural expand. Has got a little bit of creep spread here to the main base as well. It's not completely linked up, but it's not too much of an issue just at the moment. So Quicksabre is, we're still waiting to see exactly what he's going to do. He does have these extra 3 racks, so he's got a total of 4. Now transferring, whoa, no, wait, no, he's going to go on the SCV train. He's decided that this needs to be followed up with another piece of cheese, and someone get some crackers, because this could be a good little battle here, of course. I think he's going to be relying on the fact that, does he actually know that the third, yeah, okay, you will sometimes see a Zerg player actually take that third base after they've deflected an attack like that, but TAMinimat has been very careful at the moment. He's just sort of sat where he is, got a spine crawler up. We got a lot of lings on the way, 16 in production. There is a baneling nest being completed here as well. There it is. But now at the front door, spine crawler being attacked. The SCV's right at the front. A few banelings at the back trying to morph in. Drones are being pulled because he does need to do that. And the Marines, wow, nice micro, just keeping them out of the battle as much as possible. And TAMinimat looking like he's in a little bit of trouble at the moment. He's got 6 banelings that are about to pop out, and they actually just connect straight with all the Marines. Brilliant stuff. He does get them just in time. I think Quicksilver, not prepared for that, was unfortunately not able to micro the Marines out of the battle here. The spine crawler was a little bit of a target, but more banelings connecting here for TAMinimat. He's putting himself in a brilliant position. There are more Marines streaming up the map, but unfortunately the damage has been done. Once that big ball of the Marines has been destroyed, the Queens and the spine crawlers and even a few backup lings that are on the way will be able to just clean up the rest of the attack force that is coming from Quicksabre. So the supply count looking very grim for Quicksabre at the moment. 31 supply to his opponent's 51, and more lings are coming out. In fact, a few drones just right now for TAMinimat, but he does have the lair tech on the way, so I like how he's covering all of his respective bases in a metaphorical term. And now he's just getting back this map control. Wants to really highlight the fact that he has the watchtowers as well. Morphing in a few more banelings. I'm assuming he's going to get crazy with the lings in just a second. We've got a lot of minerals available to him. Would not be surprised if another hatch goes down, whether it be a macro hatch inside the main, or perhaps one at the third behind all of this aggression that he's about to put on. But 14 more lings in construction. A couple more banelings as well. That's going to take the total of banes to 6 that are down here at the natural expand. And he's grouped them up. He's getting ready to attack. In fact, a few more are being created. He is really powering up that baneling count. We've got bunkers here. 2 bunkers, an eBay also helping out with the wall, but the supply depots are the weak point there, not to mention this real sweet spot right here in the middle of the bunkers. And once these banelings just barrel their way through, they will be destroying the bunkers. I do not even think there are enough Marines that are going to hold back this attack. But TAMinimat, as we said, getting a third base up. There it is. Got a lot of lings also now coming down the map. They are just hopping their way down. They are about to get into battle, I would assume, and yep, here he goes. Preparing the Banes, going to march up the ramp. Is he going to be able to get rid of this wall? I would assume so. There are so many banelings here, and they are coming up, slowly getting whittled away, but one bunker is targeted. The second is also there as well, and the lings are now inside. The banelings doing all sorts of damage, and with that, this game is effectively over. TAMinimat in a commanding position. 22 more lings in construction. station along with a few upgrades just for good measure as well. And Quicksabre GG's out because he knows his time is over. But really nice deflection of the early attack with the bunker from Minimat, just really knowing how many how many drones he needed to commit, because that was a bit of a sort of a powered up attack with those extra SCVs that Quicksabre brought along, and then also deflecting the secondary SCV and Marine train that came chugging through the station. But and then fighting back a counter-attack with the Banes and Lynx. So good stuff there from Minimat. Of course, this was from the VroomVroomVroom tournament hosted up in Brisbane. It was a whole lot of fun. I hope you can all go to the next one if we have another one, and I'll catch you all next time. Cheers.